in 2 Corinthians 9:6 pertaining to giving. He that sows sparingly shall reap sparingly, but he that sows liberally shall reap liberally. God says, I want you to know in 2 Corinthians 9:6, if you trust me and love me and know me, if you sow liberally and cheerfully, you will reap liberally. And that is a promise. That is a promise to get back from God, even though that's not why we give. And when God says, give and it shall be given unto you, pressed down and heaven's windows will be open. You know, somebody said a long time ago, they said, Abraham tithed to Melchizedek, but he was never told to in Genesis 14:20. Let me ask him something. How do they know he wasn't told to? Let me tell you why they're wrong. And they write that in book, and they call what they call grace giving. Well, I believe totally in grace giving, and it doesn't do any good if it isn't grace giving in 2 Corinthians 8 and 9. But I want to show you how they're absolutely wrong in that teaching. In Genesis 28:22, how did Jacob know that he was supposed to give a tenth? I'll tell you why. Because the Holy Spirit proved that he told Abraham that in Malachi 3:8, 9, and 10, and 11. Bring forth your tithes in the storehouse. Now, why did the Holy Spirit say that if it didn't matter? And why did Jesus Christ say in Matthew 23, you put weightier matters before me? He said, I want you to continue to tithe and not leave it undone. See, he said, I want you to continue to tithe and don't leave it undone. Don't throw in $1 when you got $300 last week. That's sin. And your life will not prosper. You'll have more breakdowns in your car, more problem with your home, more problem with sickness. He says the weightier matters are mercy, truth, and judgment. They're the weightier things you're not doing, but don't leave the tithing undone because of a precept and a principle that if you leave the tithing undone, I will curse some of the things that happens to your life. So you can call it grace giving, call it anything you want. Of course grace giving is it. But these people have not studied the precept on tithing, which any true man of God knows it. And I've always said that Abraham started it. Malachi commanded it. And Jesus Christ commended it. And Jacob committed to it. And offerings go above the tithe. But you see, every time we do this, we're sowing. We've got a new building here. We just bought. We want to buy the gym. And you've been giving before God. But I'm just saying, sowing, reaping, sowing, reaping. And God says, every single time you sow, I see it. The widow came and gave her mite, and her little mite, and I saw it. I saw it. And when you give a cup of cold water in my name, I see it. And when the least little thing you do in my name, I see it because you're sowing, you're sowing, you're sowing. And there'll always be some kind of a reaping while you sow. I want to close with this tonight.